Hello beautiful people, my name is Yanoki. If today is your first time, I'm a clinical psychologist and I make videos on mental health and daily life concerns. We all have our struggles, we all have our challenges, and earlier this year I made mention in my video, my very first video this year, that every now and then I'll be sharing my problems with you or my challenges with you. So I'm about to show a video that it was a session I had with Dromo Baby. Dromo Baby is a group that is dedicated to sharing the Ghanaian mother stories with pregnancy, childbirth, and the aftermath. So last year I had a session with Dromo Baby, and honestly I was a bit hesitant to share this on my channel because I don't like to see myself cry. I don't. Nobody loves to see themselves cry. I say it's okay to cry. Yes, it's okay to cry. We all shed tears and all when we are down, when we are sad, but obviously nobody wants to see him or herself crying on camera. Yeah, so I'll cover that with pictures. There was one very important thing that I left out, and I'm even surprised I left that one out. It was very, very important. The very first scan that we had, we were told that my baby was not going to survive. The very first scan that we had, and it was heartbreaking, honestly. When you watch the video, you understand why I felt it was heartbreaking, and I'll come back to explain. Then usually I film and edit my own videos, but this was with Dromo Baby. So Dromo Baby filmed, edited, and did everything. So I'm just picking it up and I'll just be playing. Okay, then when the video is done, I'll come back and talk. So keep watching.
This video is sponsored by bittersweet, unique, stylish, and dazzling.
I was expecting it. I knew it. Prior to me getting pregnant, or prior to us getting married, I had this ovarian cyst, and I didn't know about it. I think it was around May, and I used to go to the hospital. In and out of the hospital, they told me it was UTI, it was an infection, and also there was this day that they made me run a scan. And then they saw that it was ovarian cyst, but I was in so much pain. It was excruciating, and they admitted me. I think it was on a Saturday, and they admitted me to have a surgery on a Wednesday. But then on Sunday, the pain was unbearable. It was just too much. So there's a doctor who came around, saw the condition I was in, and decided to have an emergency surgery. So they took me to the theater. Everything was done. I thought that, oh yeah, that was the end. I came back. That was, I think it was Sunday. So what I saw was that they were rushing me back to the theater. So apparently my arteries were bleeding, and this came by, and then she saw me. She saw that I was pale, so they were rushing me back to the theater. So a lot of things were happening around me. I could see the doctor talking. A lot of things were happening, but the highlight of it all, even though I was a bit unconscious, was when he folded his arms and he shook his head, and I was like, that was the end. So I just had to take in a deep breath, and next thing I woke up, I couldn't walk, I couldn't do anything. I was so swollen, and I thought that, okay, that was it, Wednesday. So for the few days, the next few days, I tried to take some steps and all, and Wednesday they came back, they did a routine check, and I thought that, oh, this will be it, I'll be going back home, So they opened the wound, and then I realized that the place was swollen, So they explained to me that it was because of the opening and closing. I had developed something called hematoma. So I had to be taken again to the theater to evacuate the fluid. So the Sunday after that, I was taken again to the theater. I was opened up again and the fluid was evacuated. So again, I was hoping that, the following Wednesday, I'll go home. Now, Wednesday came, they opened up the stain and it was an open wound. I was shocked. I was surprised to see this sore, like when I looked down. And every day, they'll be cleaning the wound, every day. So, for the next 3 weeks, that's what they were doing. They'll close the wound in the morning and in the evening. And at a point, came in this so that the wound had developed some sloughs. So usually when you have a wound, it's supposed to be red, okay, and clean. But then, I'm sorry, it had developed the sloughs. So you have this yellowish stain in the wound. So they had to clean it again. So now the doctors came and they took over there cleaning themselves. So they were cleaning it until the 5th week. And I was taken back again to the theater and that was it. So this happened around, I think it was May, June. And we were supposed to get married in July then. So this whole lot's going through my mind. But we had to shift our wedding to September. So yeah, when we got married, we were not ready to have babies immediately because we felt that my body had undergone a lot of stress. Even though we spoke to our gynecologist and he said it was okay, we can have babies if you want to. We felt like we needed to give a break. Now, second reason was that my husband and I, we had waited before marriage. So, we wanted to explore and then, clear all the debts. You get this before we invite another person in. So yeah, we're not really ready to have anyone at the moment. So there's this time that usually I have this calendar that I check on. So if I'm not safe, I'll let you know that I'm not safe. So this time that I didn't check and they were into it. So after I went to check and I'm like, high chance of pregnancy. So at that point, I knew that there could be a possibility. And there are lots of things going through my mind again at that point because I was telling myself that if I don't get pregnant, then it means that, okay, I may not find it easy to get pregnant. So this time I'll not worry, But if I get pregnant, well, that is it. So, the weeks after, I think it's 2 weeks, the following 2 weeks, I was expecting my flu. First day, it didn't come. Second day, it didn't come. Third day, it didn't come. So it was a Sunday, we were going to church, and after church, we decided to pass by the pharmacy and get the kits. I didn't check immediately because I learned that you should do it first thing in the morning. So the following day, first thing in the morning, that's when I checked, and then I saw the 2 lines. And it was just gratitude. I was grateful to God that it happened. In as much as I really wanted to happen immediately, it happened. So the pregnancy wasn't fun at all. It wasn't. I was throwing up every day from when it started. So even the day of delivery, I threw up. Usually when you watch movies, you see that, somebody has thrown up and like it's just 1 or 2 scenes. So you think that, that's it. Like it was happening every day. And you read around, they tell you that, after the first trimester, you'll be fine. First trimester passed, I was throwing up. Second trimester passed, I was throwing up. And it's not like just one. So anything that goes into me comes out. I became very slim. Like I wasn't big then. So I had lost weight. I became very pale. and I became fairer. I remember I was at work, and then my supervisor asked me, like, Chloe, are you bleaching? So I had to confide in her and let her know that no, like, I'm pregnant, because I couldn't even smell anything. I wasn't even using pomade because I can't smell pomade. And I couldn't stand the scent of soap. So I was using this soap that didn't have any scent, and our bath just once a day. So usually I bath in the evening very well. Then in the morning I'll just pour it on myself and then go to work. Another thing was the saliva. See, I could fill 2 bottles of malt a day. And I was not kidding, and I had a nice way of filling the bottle, the saliva. So it was a bottle, it's dark. And then I put a rubber around it, and I pretend as if I'm drinking. So I'm like, but then inside, so people who see me around think that I'm drinking malt. For me, I know that it was saliva. My dad even gave me a nickname. He called me Tonye. So to in Dangme is bottle, and then Nye is like woman or mother. So Tonye, that's the name my dad gave me. And I remember there was an instance at work that I was a TA. So I had this backpack. I put my laptop in my bag, and then I put this Lucozade bottle. That day I used a Lucozade bottle. I put it at the side of my bag. It was filled with saliva. And I had this colleague at work who sees me as a big brother, as a big sister. Anything I have, he can come. Oh, Mbeje, should I take this? Should I take this? So I had this Lucozade bottle by me. And then he came and was like, Mbeje Lucozade, Nana. My friend who knew that I was pregnant and knew what was inside. We now looked at each other and we started laughing. Now, we were even laughing. He didn't know what was happening, but he said he didn't want to look at it again. So for me, I didn't have any complications in the pregnancy. I didn't have anything, but it was the symptoms that accompanied the pregnancy it was very frustrating. I was really depressed at that time. And TA means that talking. But fortunately for me, I had level 400. If you have level 100, you now come. They all want to come. They are there plenty. But level 400, they had grown wings. They won't come for tutorials. So you go and then they don't really come for tutorials. Then I didn't bore. Yeah. It was painful. It was really, really painful. It was at dawn. I woke up around 3 a.m. feeling funny. So I woke my partner up and I told him that I'm feeling funny, I'm not sure. But because the hospital was like proximate, it was like just 5 minutes away from home, we decided to just go and check. As soon as we got downstairs, then my water broke. So we went into the hospital, thought that, my water has broken. So then we went there. The nurse examined me, said nothing has happened, like nothing at all. So I was there from like 3 a.m. to about 4 p.m. Then they had to induce. So at that time they had put these monitors on me, checking the heartbeat of the baby and everything. So they had to induce. I wasn't expecting the pain. Really, like continuous pain for 7.5 hours. It was painful, and my auntie was there, my husband was there. They allowed both of them in. At a point, my auntie had to leave, but my husband was present throughout. I remember they were telling him to say something. He should say something to me. He was just quiet. So I guess he was confused. I don't know. Yeah, but around 11:30, baby came out, and I was quiet. Like I don't know how I was feeling. Probably very tired. I don't know. But I remember the nurse asking me that, am I not happy? And I said, I'm happy. It's like the way people express their joy and everything. You are just, well, that was my expression. Like I was just calm about the whole thing. I don't know how to express. I don't know, but the point that I felt the emotion was when we had done all the paperwork and then we were going home, when we sat in the car. That was when I felt everything, like I had come here and I'm going home with my baby. Then I started, Jesus, my shepherd, brother, friend, my prophet, priest, and king, my Lord, my life, my way, my end, accept the praise I bring. And it was all praises, and my husband joining. So from the car park of the hospital to the car park of our home, it was just praises. So when we got home, my mom had come to help out. And then, whenever you have this baby, they have these first injections that they give the baby. We didn't get it because they said the public health nurses will come on a Tuesday, so we should come back on Tuesday. So they advised us that we shouldn't let anyone touch baby or come close to baby. And also there was this nurse who also gave us this advice that we should clean baby with just warm water and towel until the umbilical cord cuts. That's what she told us. So when we got home, my mom was waiting with open arms, and then I realized that she had got cold. I'm like, Mother, cold. Iqbal bell. Like, I beg you, don't come close to them. So I didn't make her touch baby because of the cold and and because of the injection. And our old folks have their way of doing things, and with this new generation, we also have our way of doing things. I think I'm the leader of the stubborn generation because they want to use hot water and mold baby's head. I'm like, no, don't touch his head. I'm okay with when you massage his body, but don't let the hot water touch his head. So whenever she's bathing, maybe I'll go there. Please, woman, I'll go and test the temperature of the water. Oh God, she had to tolerate me. So yeah, I think those small conflicts in there. She wants to do it this way, and I'm like, no, it's not good for you to do it this way. Like, oh, we did it for you, you're fine. Yeah, I'm your baby. Now this is my baby. Let me go my way. So those conflicts, but yeah, she was really helpful, really helpful, and I have a very supportive husband as well. So yeah, I sort of make things quite easy. Yeah. That's another one. And even the circumcision. Hey, no, they didn't allow me inside the hospital. Like, they didn't allow me inside the place of circumcision. It was just my husband that went. And he was crying from the hospital to he cried throughout. And yeah, the immunization, you go and they run this temperature all the time, like after the injections for a while. Like he used to cry a lot, but I think we all got used to it. We all got understanding that it is for their own good. So yeah, I read a lot. I read on almost everything that I want to feed baby with. So I started reading. I got information that you are supposed to do it slowly, like bits and bits of it. So the fruit purees, what do you call it? So I did more of it, the fruits and vegetables, So I did a lot of research. Because of that, I even shared some of them on my channel. Like, you have baby foods on my channel because I spent a lot of time researching into them. So yeah, I started with that. He didn't like any cereal, like Cerelac. He didn't. We got 6 containers, like from the start, that he didn't even take one. We had to, give the rest out. Anytime the Cerelac goes in, he just comes out. Yeah, so I had to cook all the time for him. Yeah, some of them. Like, again, this generation will be reading. So they'll tell you at this stage, this and this is supposed to happen. And if it is not happening, then you are worried, But he did, like for most of them, he did. He did without any struggle. I think it's the talking bits that delayed. But most of it. When baby was, I think barely 5 months there, I was home taking care of baby, and there was an opportunity for me to get into the job market. The institutions were employing, so we went to look for schools, we went to do the investigation, looked at the environment and everything, took the fees and everything, and then we came home. And I also got a form to apply for a job. When we did all that, I sat down and I did the calculations, and it didn't make financial sense to take up the job, because it means that I'll be paying more than receiving. And also, he was barely 5 months, and that time there were these videos circulating of people maltreating babies and all. So watching all that and taking that into consideration, I said, nah, I wasn't going to take that job up. I'd rather stay home and then take care of him. And I made these beats, so I was earning something from it. So for me, it was like a win-win situation, that I'm home and I'm able to take care of my baby, and I'm also able to earn something online. And what was worrying for me was the fact that, like, I had to practice as a professional, otherwise I'll be rusty, you know. So I used to think about that a lot. But this year I started this channel, you know, where I share short videos on mental health. I volunteered online to see certain cases, so I'm content. Everything, like soaking in everything right from the beginning. It's not been easy. It can be very overwhelming, very overwhelming. And sometimes I remember one dawn I woke up, he wanted to eat, and my feet were just wobbly, they were shaking. Like I wanted to cry, but I couldn't cry. You have baby stepping on your face, pulling your hair, pinching you, and everything. But seeing him grow, seeing him every day, and with everything that I had been through, like a lot of my family and close relatives and friends, they thought that I may struggle to have a baby. So seeing him is like, again, gratitude. Yeah, so that was my story. And back to where I started, when I said the very first scan that we had, we were told that we're going to, the baby was not going to make it. It was a bit hard to take, honestly, because everything was happening in 2017. It was 2017 that, like May, June, thereabouts, that this happened. And then I think November, yeah, somewhere in November, that is where I found out I was pregnant and all. So having been through all that, and now coming to this knowledge that, you know, I felt like it was just too much, in and out of the hospital and what is happening. So at that point, I just told myself that, like, Charlie, whatever will happen, I'm just tired. But then we didn't tell any family member, we didn't tell any friend, any close relative, because we didn't want anyone to be worried. I think I mentioned it to a couple of family members after, you know, baby was healthy and everything. Yeah, so I felt like it was something important that I had left out, for you to be told that the fetus, like, it probably will not survive, and it did. It's something that, again, I am grateful to God for. And I keep saying that social support is crucial in dealing with our mental health. I think I'm really surrounded by amazing people, and I didn't even know that I had so much love from friends and from family. I remember when it happened, when I was in the hospital, the whole ovarian cyst thing, when the surgery happened, first time I was admitted at the hospital. And whenever it was visiting hours, so many people, like, the more I think about it, the more I remember the name. So I don't even want to mention any name to forget anyone. I just want to use this opportunity to say thank you to everyone that has been there, that has been very supportive. God bless you so much. I really appreciate it. I remember my Auntie Portia will come and stand there, and then she'll be regulating the number of people that, because they all can't get into the ward. So when it's visiting time and they are outside, okay, 3 of you come. We are done. Go. Okay, come. And it felt good. It felt so good. It felt like it was a difficult time, and to have that support, it felt so good. And just thank you so much. Like, the people who took me to the hospital, my floor mates, the doctors, the nurses. I mean, spending 5 weeks over there, I became more like family to them, because people come, people go, and I'll be there. And I remember even on the ward, I had one lady there who had a very serious condition. And every now and then she'll call me and ask that we pray. Her situation wasn't so good, and then they had to refer her to Kolebu. She was telling me that she didn't want to go to Kolebu. And unfortunately, she didn't make it. So going through all this, like seeing all these things happening. When I came out of the hospital, I was shaking. And I remember my family, God, everybody was supporting. If I mention him, I may just leave someone out. Remember my dad, at the middle of the night, they called him. It was 2 a.m. and then he had to go around looking for blood. Okay. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if you feel like that is what's supposed to be done. I don't think family members, especially if you're watching from maybe outside the country, let me know what happens there, because I don't think it's a responsibility of family members to go around, looking for blood. My dad went to 3 major hospitals at that point, at that time of the night. I have a red blood group, O negative. And everywhere he went, they said there was no blood. Everywhere he went, they said there was no blood. And so he got a call from somewhere that, you should go to one hospital. Mind you, that hospital is in there already. And they said there was no blood. So he went back there, he met someone. And the person said that, okay, the only way he will give the blood to him is when my dad pays 3,600. And mind you, blood is not supposed to be for sale. All you're supposed to pay is probably the processing fee, which is like 100 cedis, or I don't know now how much that cost, but that was how much the guy wanted to pay for my dad. And my dad at that point, that time of dawn, he didn't have that money. If he had, he would have given it. He didn't have. He just had 1,200. So that's okay. I have 1,200. My daughter is in a critical condition. Can you please just give me the blood, so that they give it to, like, the next day I'll go to the bank and then get you the rest. The gentleman said no, he wasn't going to give the blood to that. So that called the hospital, and they said that he should just get the one. He should get one, because they were looking for 3 pints of blood. So they said he should get one, like with 1,002. The guy said even if it is one, he's not going to take 1,002. He's going to take 3,600. And we've heard stories like that, okay, whereby some family members were not able to get blood in time, and because of that they lost their relatives. So I don't know anyway. Let me leave it there. There was someone who knew someone at another major hospital. I don't want to mention names here, and the person gave a call to that individual. So mind you, dad had already been to that place. He went to that place, and then they said that like now they were able to find the blood. It was a bit too late. So it was even an ambulance that brought the blood from that place to where I was. So looking at everything that had happened, I mean, if that nurse had not found me at that time of dawn, by morning I would have just be gone. But then I thank God for the opportunity, for life, and that I also have the opportunity to be able to share my story. And I also can't say all these things honestly without thanking my husband. I'm usually not a PDA person, but this guy has been, together with his family, has been very, very supportive throughout this journey. And when I was in the hospital, we were not yet married. We were now planning to get married. They had just done the knocking, and you know, whenever this is happening at that time, people be saying a few for be saying a few for. So which which a few for? Anyway, that's just by the way. And I remember my grandfather even asking, "Is he still there? You know, for someone you're going to get married to, and the person is in this situation and all swollen, nobody knows what was going to happen and all." And my grandfather asked whether he was still around, but he was there from day one when this thing was happening. He moved all the way from Sakumono to Legon every day of the week, you know. And his work is involving. Those who know him, they know that his work is quite involving, and to be able to take time every day to come and see me, to come and spend time with me, it's more than enough. Like, for me, I felt like it was a test of our relationship, and I want to say thank you to him for being there, for being supportive, for being through, you know, all the difficult times, all the tough times. Like, he stayed cool. He's really a calm person. Yeah. So, and his family too is very, very supportive. You know, I don't want to go deep into that because Charlie, I just can't say it. All I would say that thank you. God bless you so much, and everyone that has been super supportive, my parents, everybody, thank you so much. You know, there was an interesting thing that I missed during the birthing part. My auntie came there, my auntie Portia came there, and then when she came there, like, they were calling family members, they'll be calling and they'll be praying on the phone. Like, I was in so much pain, oh guys, I was in so much pain. Then she bring the phone to my ear, you know, somebody wants to pray. Like, must I hear the prayer before it works? I know I just pushed her. She up to now, she always talk about that push. She was saying that I didn't mention that push in the episode I have with Dromo Baby. I pushed her. Must I hear the prayer before? I'm sorry, Auntie Portia, please forgive me. I know you understand. That it was the circumstances that made that happen. And if you are watching up to this point, hey, thank you. I know this is a very long video, and for everyone, I feel that everybody has a challenge. My challenge may be different from your challenge. My story may be different from your story. And I know that some people may have gone through greater things than, you know, I did, or more painful experiences. But then I am sharing mine. So to anyone who is going through any challenge, I'm just praying that God grants you the grace and the strength to be able to come out of it like victorious. And after every terrible situation, it's a great victory that comes, and when that joy comes, that joy is unexplainable. And to anyone who is looking up to God, or who is waiting for the fruit of the womb, sending lots of love and lots of hearts, and I'm praying with you wherever you are, that you're able to deal with whatever situation that you are finding yourself in, and that you will also find
you will also carry or have your bundle of joy someday. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching, and every now and then I'll be sharing my stories. The battle never ends. All the time there is something that we are dealing with, and I'll open up and share mine, and hoping that somebody may also watch here and know that in whatever you are dealing with, you are not alone. Okay. God bless you.
I am Sianoki. Well, you can call me Gloria too. I'm a clinical psychologist and a bead maker. I have a 22-year-old boy. Yeah.
22.
I am Sianoki. I'm a clinical psychologist and a bead maker, and I have a 22-month-old boy.